walk around, do a virtual meeting on the car to bring them to the table, because you know what, they're still possibly not ready to commit to walk through that door. But I'm delivering value. 30 minutes of your time. Half of you aren't doing anything anyway, all day long, right? You got some BDCs that are pretty busy, but especially from the showroom angle, we've got free time. I worked in the environment for years. We got some free time with it. So why wouldn't I do that? It costs me almost nothing to do it. It's an extra engagement point. I'm delivering value. It had nothing to do with an appointment. I put it out there for them to participate in, for them to ask questions, for them to feel like they're in control. But what I'm really doing is, by establishing value, I'm actually influencing the purchase. That's just a quick example. Bad habits that hinder influence. Failure to be present. Anybody know what I mean by that? It's like I was talking to the guy, in a meeting with a guy the other day, and he calls me after the meeting and proceeds to ask me every question that he asked me in the meeting, and follows that up with, yeah, because my mind was somewhere else. So he was there, but he wasn't present. And this is very normal inside of BDC especially, because when you're dealing with high volume especially, it's tough, right? It's monotonous to a certain degree. You got to make call 82 sound like call 1. So you get through that process. I listen to phone calls all the time, and I hear all the stuff. You know, when you're hanging up the phone already and you're not done yet? Yeah, my number is 555-1212. Click. Or you wait for the voicemail, you dial on speakerphone, wait for it to beep, then you're fumbling to pick up the speakerphone and leave your message. Beep! Hello, Mr. Jones, this is, Cory calling from ABC Toyota. I understand you're interested in the camera. I'd love to see how I can help you with that. I'm here till 9 today. I'm off on Tuesday. Please give us a call back at the number. So we get in that mode. We're not present. What I call the irresistible urge to verbalize and execute. This is this idea of explaining every single thing you're doing every step of the way to the customer. That creates buyer resistance, because it creates an opportunity for them to object to parts of what you're trying to do. It's kind of like, anybody use the word track, am I catching it at a bad time? Anybody ever use that word track? So, in a BDC, to me, because we all have different views up here as experts, but one of the worst lines I've ever heard in BDC land. Here's why. I'm on my 12th call to a guy. In 2 to 3 weeks, I've been chasing. I finally get the guy on the phone. Do you think I even care about catching him at a bad time? Because here's what happens. A, he's gotten out. Yes, right? Oh, yeah, actually, I'm tying my shoes. Can you call me back? Or the other decision that you get to make, because you've been chasing him for 2 weeks, you're on your 12th phone call. The other decision is to then say, oh, well, you know what? It's just going to be a moment. And then you try to jam everything you wanted to say down his throat so you can get your spiel out. But the problem is, they've already done what? They've already turned you off. So just that change. That was just a quick example. If you're using it, I don't know why. I don't know how it helps you. I'm a pretty simple guy. If you're using a strategy or technique, re-examine it. Is it helping me? Is it hurting me? If it has the potential to do greater harm, then stop doing it. Stop the silver bullet strategy. I get that question all the time. I get that one question that is applicable to 0.1% of your leads. Guy got no phone number, guy won't call me back, I keep emailing him, I keep doing this, I've chased him around, I've tried to get him. What do I do? That's not your problem. Your problem is the other percentage of people who you treat like that person and you miss. My philosophy is start here. You start wide. That's when I start with my process. I start wide. That's where I start on the phone. I start wide. I don't make any assumptions. Everything's about what they're responding to. Then I get down. So I'm not after the silver bullet strategy. I'm trying to connect with that. Selective here, we talked about a little bit the difference between waiting and talk. Using tension as a tool. So this is a big one. This is a big shift. Anybody in here, so I understand we got some managers in here. So thinking of this velocity as an internet deal, the customer's in the showroom, now you're working a deal. And this is applicable to your showroom as well. So we have this technique that when I say use tension as a tool, it's kind of just a different way for talking about how we use techniques like a takeaway in our stores. Right, because what do we get? Go back to my prop. So what do you get? You're working a deal, 4 square, print out, whatever your deal is. You've worked the deal. We've gotten into all the origami. You know what I'm talking about by the origami, right? You print, you pencil, then you cross that out, then you pencil again, then you cross that out, then you pencil again, and all of a sudden, you've got like a little bird with the last possible number on it and the X, and press hard here. So you're down to your origami. Customer's been there 3 hours. And here comes well, sir, this is only good till 10 a.m. tomorrow. From a takeaway standpoint, as if the customer is not of the realization that they've been there for 3 hours, you cannot close them, you've invited every alphabet in your building to come meet them. The alphabets, my F&I manager, my GSM, my BDMD, my DDW, my DWI, whoever you got in the store. You've had all of them come out. So we use this takeaway. We use this tension. We use this limited time. We use this strategy. And as we all do, that that customer calls you at 11:01 instead of 10 a.m., you'd still make that deal. So look at what your techniques are in your store. How do you use takeaways? Who do you use them on? When do you use them? Re-examine that. Start to look at that step, because these are areas that